Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of From Nothing, Lorna's story. As we dive back into your adventure going north from Siren's Reach, or rather Siren's Respite, you're heading into the Rhymwood, and you've already had some less than pleasant encounters, and your team is looking a little bit worse for wear. Let me go ahead and bring you to the right splash, which I apparently have lost. There it is. As before, the Rhymwood is lush and green and vibrant, and despite the strange things you've encountered, it is beautiful out here. It's much less tame than any of your explorations in the forests near Ferrum. I hearken you back to the first task that you did for Bud's Buds in acquiring, I think they were bramble hearts?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's hard not to draw parallels between this and that strange encounter. Although this time, as you're making your way into the trees, you're pretty confident you won't stumble across a lazy kobold buried in a bush trying to hide from the daylight. Tierra is leading the way, carving the path forward. Knowing how worn your team is, do you take a break to rest, like a short rest? Or it's still pretty early in the evening. You probably should resist the urge to long rest right away.
Right. Yeah, just a little pick-me-up.
Okay. So you guys, your team settles down to the side of the road, the side of the game trail and path that Tierra is carving. To take a long, short rest. Jeez, it's like I don't talk for a living. Go ahead and take a short rest, or rather, begin one. And roll me a perception.
Okay. Perception is a 24.
That's pretty darn good.
It's like Tierra rolls right there.
Yeah. But this one is specifically for you, Lorna.
Oh.
With a 24, you are looking into the trees in the forest out here, and there's something about where you are, and the fact that you're heading towards the Verdant Circle, the Verdant Grove, this druid's grove that you have a history with, but not you personally. You can't help but feel anxious and observed.
Great.
You feel as though everyone is looking at you, but when you look at your allies, they're doing what they do on a short rest. Lilith is, sorting out what arrows she does use, where they go on her back, and she's tending to her blades, and Anscombe is looking through his own small tome of magical effects that he needs to manage, and Tierra is
so proud of that.
Tierra's handling Liza. Yeah, your team's doing their stuff, and Anscombe notices that you are glancing at him, and he just kind of looks up and gives you a half smile. And then he sees you're looking maybe a little anxious. Or are you trying to hide it?
I think she's trying to look calmer than she is, but she's not trying to pass off that she's not noticing something, She doesn't want to inspire nervousness or fear in her party because they are being pursued by assassins.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So she would, when he catches her eye, she would say, I'm, not to cause any alarm, but I'm feeling a little observed. Does anyone else feel that way?
You ask that question of your group, and many people immediately go look at Tierra. What?
Yeah. Do you feel like we've got our eyes on?
He looks around and he says, "No, we're alone out here. I'm pretty sure. You can tell because we can hear birds and such. And normally, if there's other people around, well, right where we are is nice and quiet, but where they'd be would also be quiet. But that doesn't seem to be the case.
Well, I'm also about to head into something a little emotionally fraught. Maybe I'm just feeling anxious.
You, emotionally fraught, and
That, it wasn't an
Nore,
invitation for a dig, but
yeah, Nore like kicks him in the shin. Fucking what? You could do with a little introspection yourself. As he's like rubbing his leg.
Oof, that's awkward. It's probably nothing. If I keep feeling it, I'll let you know, but I just, we have some people who aren't happy with some of us. I just thought it would be good to let you know how I was feeling.
Nore nods at you. She says, "That's for the best. Keep us all in the loop." Skolna, who is... It's actually kind of remarkable how Skolna's handling being out in the woods, because there are millions of places to hide out here. She could vanish anywhere, but she's trying to stay close to the group, so her head is on a swivel, and she constantly has a dagger with what looks like an index finger ring beneath the hilt, and she just has it spinning almost constantly, which you have learned is a habit Skolna has picked up when she's anxious.
Yeah, I think Lorna just kind of like introspects herself. Is this how Skolna always feels? Thinking she needs an out or a plan? Because this is awful. I feel a little sick. She doesn't say that out loud, but she's just like, wow, I really resonate with this right now.
Yeah. Do me a favor before you finish your recovery. Please roll me a D100.
Right, I would like to take Arcane Recovery.
Sure, go ahead.
100!
All right. That's interesting.
Ah!
Go ahead.
Hopefully good, interesting.
It's something. Go ahead and complete your short rest, and I'm going to roll for Anscombe, because I'm going to roll for your entire party. But some of them are a little bit worse for wear than others.
I am going to use Arcane Recovery to recover up to a 3rd level, so 3 of my first levels are coming back. Okay. And I'm going to use my Staff of Replenishment to get a 3rd level back, so I have all my spells back.
Okay. You're also, as you guys are taking a break, Nore plays a Song of Rest.
Nice. I'm actually full up.
Your friends are not, so...
How did they get so beat up? What did we fight last time?
Well...
So I have 25 temporary hit points from that, Ember Hide.
That's true. I don't remember. Something.
Were they? I mean, were they not healed by a long rest?
They got healed from a long rest, that's for sure. Perhaps my record keeping here has fallen apart. Let me look at their actual page.
The kind of damage that they have, it feels like post-fight at the hideout.
Yes, they should have recovered since then. I think I just neglected to long rest them.
Does that mean they all get 25 temporary hit points?
They would have, yes.
Nice. We're better off than we were. And Nora doesn't have to use that feature then. I don't know if it's
it doesn't
once
cost
per day
anything.
Or something. Oh, I don't know. I thought their health looked a little not correct.
All right. That's true. Aside from the encounter with the more powerful dryad, you didn't actually have anything.
I was using spell slots, but we didn't take any damage from that.
Right. Okay. As you finish your short rest, you begin to move. Except, Lorna, you hear wind has picked up through the trees. It sounds almost as though whispers are catching in the branches of the trees around you.
Am I hearing words or just kind of like the essence of speech?
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Natural 20 for 26.
Don't hear anything, aside from the wind passing through the branches.
I think Lorna is just gonna keep stride with Anscombe and just kind of hold on to his arm. She's feeling very unsettled.
As you do, he just quietly says, I'm here.
Yeah. I don't know, something feels strange.
Yeah, you mentioned.
Do you think it's just the forest getting to me? I wasn't raised around here. I have no idea.
We're heading to one of the oldest and most powerful druid groves in the world, so no.
Right. Well, now I'm worried that approaching, maybe they recognized me. Someone did. Maybe someone saw me, and now I don't know.
What I do know from the stories from when I was a kid that I remember is that Rhymwood is said to have ears and eyes and listeners, and the wood folk hurt those that would abuse the trees. So if we move respectfully, and we have so far, I think we'll be fine. But if you're worried about these druids knowing you, they probably already know we're here and who we are and what we're carrying and what we like to eat and how we smell. And
I just hope they give me a chance to tell them who I am and why I'm here.
Well, we haven't been ambushed yet.
Right. She's gonna stick her hand in her pocket and just kind of like palm the symbol of repentance, this moon orb, and basically have it in her hand in case it needs to come out quickly.
Sure. Seeing you anxious, Anscombe says, based on what I remember, I think we have a few days of travel before we'll even get to their grove, but yeah, be careful.
I mean, you too, all of you.
Yeah, that wasn't just for you. I'm saying, and like everyone is like, you're kind of moving in a clump.
Mm-hmm.
And Tier, who's leading the pack, says, "Oh, I'm being careful. It's hard not to." And he's like picking a path, and he says, "If any of you have ever, blazed a trail before, which I'm sure none of you have, you don't really. There's no rushing this, right? Like."
Yeah.
And then as he says that, he falls. He suddenly falls into the ground where you see a mess of branches and vines give away, and Tyr falls into a pit.
Lorna will scurry to the edges. How deep is it? Is he okay?
Roll me a perception. Do you have dark vision?
Yeah. In fact, enhanced because of Magos. Tier, did you fall in a trap?
Oh.
You said perception?
Yes.
Another 24.
With a 24, you're looking down into this pit, and you can't see the pit. It just looks like grass and dirt in front of you.
Oh, it's an illusion.
Yes.
She'll stick her head below the illusion.
You're looking down, and you see suddenly a well-lit pit that's maybe 50 feet deep, and you see Tier is at the bottom of the pit, leaning against the side, and he says, "I've hurt my leg. Okay.
All right, hold still. Is there any? No, it's a flat bottom. Is there spikes? Is there?
With that sharp
Stone,
perception, and you
dirt.
look in, you see that on the edges of the pit, angled in such a way that falling in would be a smooth fall, but coming out, there are branches that are covered in thorns, and those thorns glisten. You don't think that they are just plain thorns. And they line the walls of the pit all the way down.
I'm gonna come down to get you. Hold still.
Wait! No! This is a one-way trap.
What does that mean?
If we go up, it's going to be bad unless you have a teleportation or something.
Hold on. Paging through spellbook. No, that would be useful.
I can teleport down, but I can't teleport back up. Or rather, I can teleport just fine, but I can't bring anybody with me.
Is it these spikes? Do you think they're gonna prevent us from coming back up?
Tier says, "Yeah, what do you think it is?"
I don't know. I could burn them.
Oh, I was looking right there. And from your perception, you see Tier's leg is bent at a bad angle.
Okay. Um, she's gonna look at these vines. They're stationary, correct? But magic? Does her eyeballs of magic detection tell her anything?
When you look into the pit, past the illusion, which kind of blinds you, and then you look into the pit, uh, these branches that reach into the pit are jutting out of the earthen walls around it, and they ring of conjuration magic.
Okay, let me try to dispel it. The whatever effect is occurring with these thorns specifically.
Okay, so there's a lot of them. The pit
It's
is
not just it couldn't get all of them. It would only
you would be able to get like a small section of them. It's a 50-foot pit, and it's only 5 feet around, so it's a very narrow hole.
Yeah.
And it seems to you the vines and thorns reach almost 40 feet down, almost the whole way.
Right, except for the bottom where tiaras.
Yes.
I can burn it. Do you think that will affect you?
Tier
They don't
looks
reach
up.
down fully to you.
It's worth a try.
I need to cover you with something. She'll look at her party. Does anyone have anything that can help protect him if I throw fire down there?
Nore looks down into the pit, leaning down, tucking her head in and looking all the way down. If I get down there, I can make a hut.
That's something. Then we
But
can destroy the thorns, and afterwards you can come back out.
she's looking and she says, "Doesn't look like there's much room." Tier looks up and says, "You know, no, there's room for one. No one else is coming down here."
Can do we have like a tarp equivalent or like a blanket to at least cover him if I toss something down there?
What are you considering tossing?
I don't know, a bedroll, a blanket.
Okay.
It's not like I have
Yeah, you
a
have
fireproof sheet, but
you definitely
nice.
have tarp in your adventuring gear, so you could throw one of those. However, you do not believe a tarp would protect someone from magical fire.
This is bullshit. Why don't I have more useful spells, Echo? Why do I always choose trash spells?
I don't know.
She is going to... How far does this reach? She can produce a minor illusion 30 feet down. She's just wondering if they're triggered by something visual. So she might just, like, make a bird and have it try to fly up from the 30 feet down just to see if the thorns react at all.
No, they don't.
Huh. So they're probably smart, or at least however they're triggered, it's not by magic. It would have to be like a person.
As you're looking at that, you notice the bird, like, as it's flying up. It's very small, right? Like, the bird is...
Yes, it's
tiny
minor,
creature.
just like, it's a nightingale. Back off.
Back off?
Sorry, Bo tried to step on my keyboard.
Oh. So what you learn from that is a tiny creature or potentially a small creature might be able to fit between the gaps in the thorns and the branches. Which doesn't super help you, but there is a hole in the middle that's maybe about a foot around that something could go up or down without touching any of the thorns.
Why don't I have polymorph? I think that's out of my purview anyways. That's like a 4th level spell. Oh, okay. Why is it a touch spell?
What?
Invisibility. Maybe they wouldn't notice him if he came through invisibly.
They didn't seem to react to the illusion.
Sierra, if I throw a fireball, do you think you'll be hurt?
Yeah.
Shit.
It's a fireball.
But like a well-placed one.
It's worth trying, but if you burn me, I swear.
I know. I don't want to. And while she's kind of like mulling over panickedly how to get him out of this hole, can she like look over her shoulder? Does she see anyone? Are they being watched?
Rolling perception.
23.
When you turn and look, it feels as though everywhere your eyes look at like trees and brush and bushes, shadows suddenly flit behind the trees.
She'll look out at those movements and just say, if you're responsible for this, please let my friend go. We're just trying to pass through.
There is no response.
Fuck. Does anyone have less destructive fire? Anskim, your sword is made of fire. Do you think you could cut some of this away?
My sword does... It's dragon bone, so it does burn things. I could try.
Try to cut a swath away. See if it...
He lays down in the dirt, reaching his arm down into the pit, and he brings the dragonbone longsword into his hands. And as he slashes at some of the branches and vines, a moment, this is unfortunately with one hand, because he can't really do it with two.
Yeah.
You watch as the blade of the dragonbone longsword does cut into some of the branches and vines, and it does deal some fire damage, but it doesn't... Like, they don't wilt. It looks like if that dragonbone longsword had cut into a person, it would have slashed right through them. These vines and thorns seem remarkably resilient.
Can I make some sort of arcana check to discern the nature of these? Like, maybe if they have any weaknesses? Or maybe identify. Can I cast identify on one of them? Is that how identify works?
You could, yeah.
Well, I'll do that. One of you, do you have a health potion? We can just toss him. His leg looks pretty bad.
Skolno just passes a health potion to you.
She will, Mage Hand is how far?
30 feet, I believe.
30 feet. Oh. So she'll lower it 30 feet down and then let go and say, catch it.
Okay. Tier's gonna make a dexterity check at disadvantage because he's injured. And in a tiny
She's trying to
little
do
hole.
it directly above him.
With a 15, he manages to catch it. Thanks.
And now she's going to do her identify ritually.
You're gonna spend 10 minutes here?
There's nothing else we can do. I don't want to hurt him.
Okay. You sit down, and you reach down to touch one of the vines so you can identify it. Okay. I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 11.
As you're touching one of the vines and you begin the ritual, you miss it. But a neighboring branch slowly moves over, and a thorn presses into the back of your hand. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 13. Is that not good enough? I can use my Vicar boon. Or do I have
failure.
to call that without knowing? Okay, well, I'll use my additional D10 for today.
Okay.
Yes, 9. So more. 22.
You take 15 points of poison damage.
Ow.
And you feel a fog swirl through your mind, but it dissipates.
A question, would this have been like a forced magical sleep?
No.
Okay, because I'm immune to those, but go on. Sorry.
It wasn't
Okay,
sleep.
she, is she still concentrating on casting the Identify? Or is that
That's up to
aborted
you.
because of this? She would still be, but she would say, the vines are poisonous, so please do not touch them.
I figured that.
She's not talking to you.
Sorry.
Stay
I can't
in the
really
hole,
see
man.
what's happening. Okay. Hold on. Roll an intelligence check.
Okay. Oh, Lorna. 8.
Okay. Roll another dexterity save.
Oh, man. Worse. 6.
Okay. Roll a con save.
These thorns just beating me up.
They're slowly, you notice as you're concentrating Identify, they are slowly encapsulating around your hand.
Oh, 21.
That's a
Just like
success.
trying to fight it off.
You take 13 points of poison damage.
Ah.
As
How much time do I have left on my Identify?
it takes 10 rounds, or 10 minutes, so that's
And how many have happened? Like, how long has it been? And how many times have they
It has been
attempted
2
to inflict?
rounds.
Oh my god. So 12 seconds?
Yeah.
This is not possible. She'll pull her hand back.
I'm glad you came to that conclusion.
Was that what the intelligence check was for?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm doing my best. God damn it. She looks at her party. I'm not sure what to do.
Your party looks at each other. Nore looks over in the hole in the situation. Lilith kind of like looks down into the pit, looking through the illusion. So I don't really have anything for this. Maybe he could, he's got a broken leg. I was going to say maybe he might be able to squirt in between. He's pretty nimble. I mean, I could do it if I had time. Hey, Tier! Oh, I'm not going anywhere. Right. Okay. Do you think... I know your leg's fucked, but do you think you might be able to squeeze between these? No!
We could get a rope. We could get a rope. I can turn you invisible, but I have to touch you.
How would that help?
I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't notice him.
So I need you to, in your mind, I want you to picture you're looking in this pit, and it's fairly square, but the actual hole down the middle is this big around. So there's not really any way to come in or out without touching the branches. Yes.
We can get something small in there, but we can't get anything big out.
I've read about these traps.
Okay. Please? Anything?
They're remarkably effective.
Yes.
I never thought I'd be in one. They're placed by red caps, usually. If you could find the red cap that made it, you might convince him to let me out.
Are they known for being civil in discussion?
No.
Awesome.
But if you find him, and you kill him, this should go away eventually?
Eventually.
Yeah, it depends. Maybe a day?
You can't stay down there for a day.
I know. You think I'm happy about that? Look, either you go find a red cap and talk to him and let me out, or you go kill him and we'll wait for it to go away on its own, or we come up with something else. I'm stuck in a hole. I can't do anything about it.
I know. I'm working on it.
I was bleeding, but I cured that, and the potion helped, so I basically get to sit here nice and pretty while you all try and bail me out, or I guess I could learn how to dig really well.
Oh, that's an idea. She'll pull Snake Wiam off of her waist and look at him. Can you turn into like? Do you know what a badger is?
I'm gonna roll.
She can
Requiem.
minor illusion a tiny one in her hand.
I'll give him advantage. One moment. I didn't roll at advantage. Hold on. It wasn't actually bad anyway, but I'll just roll again. Requiem nods slowly. I think
Okay.
so.
Do you think you could turn into like a big one and dig him out here? Like, at least out of this entrance?
I can't move many things very well.
What do you mean?
He turns into a dog, Requiem, and he begins trying to dig.
Oh,
And you see
he's a ghost.
You see little scratches appear in the dirt, and that's it. I have mold earth.
Yes,
You taught
that's
me
something. Okay. Do you think if we go to the side of this and dig straight down and then over, we can get him out?
Probably. Anscombe like looks in the pit, and then
It's better than waiting here.
it is. Yeah, I'll get started. And he
Okay.
puts his long sword away, and he holds his hands down towards the soil. And you watch as it slowly, like, reverse pours out of the ground up into basically a large pile of dirt excavated next to it.
It's Minecraft. He's digging straight down.
Slowly, yeah.
In cubes.
Okay, this is gonna be... How far down is he?
Well, it's about 50 feet as far as I can tell, but it's better than finding a red cap and waiting half a day or more.
Yeah? And Anscombe begins mold earthing.
Lorna has Snorri to stay by the pit to keep an eye on Tier, and the rest of the party to just keep an eye on the surrounding area so they're not surprised while Anscombe digs.
Yeah. Your party does that. I'm going to go ahead and see how we can. No wonder I couldn't find him. He's in the wrong folder. Okay. One moment. All right. I would like it if you and your party all rolled perception checks. Anscombe and Tier are excluded from this.
He's in a hole and the other one's digging a hole.
Yes.
Terrible. 10. Lorna's like wringing her hands.
Okay. So Lilith is on one side, you're on the other. Say Nora is here, and Skolna is here. Okay. This is... What happened to my scene? Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix things on the fly as we do this. There we go. It was weirdly shaped and incorrect.
Me too.
No. How dare you? Alright. I'm rolling perception for you.
Requiem's out too.
Okay.
Good boy.
I need to correct his token. He needs to not be medium-sized. Hold on. Because that is silly.
He could be a really big doggo.
He's not.
Oh.
There we go. Okay. And then I need the perception for... Okay. Alright. Here's what happens. As you are standing around this hole, Tierra's in, and you hear Anscombe still lifting dirt up. It sounds like constant, like someone turning a sand hourglass over and over and over. And excavated dirt is just pouring up out of this hole. Nore suddenly points and she says, "There!" And she immediately begins plucking her lyre in a familiar tune of counter charm.
Is it the counter charm? Yeah.
And as she points, you see in the woods a small reddish creature.
Little fucker is what we see.
Yeah. As he suddenly just appears in your peripheral. Whoop. And as he appears, do you speak Sylvan?
I don't believe so. No.
Let's see if any of your allies speak Sylvan. Nope. Nope. No. And Tierra is out of the encounter because he's in a hole. So, in this moment, this red cap appears and and it points at you. And then at the hole. Okay, roll initiative.
We're gonna wait. Little fucker.
Alright. As the fight begins. Skolna's up first. Skolna is going to, like, from her on the far side of the hole, she sees this creature appearing, and she looks at you. Do you think there are more?
I don't... Probably.
Okay. And Skolna's gonna duck into the trees behind the hole that you're in, and she tries to stealth. However, she
Is there one
reveals a red cap right next to her, and is going to react by stabbing it. Which means she does not get sneak attack, unfortunately.
Yeah,
she thrusts
but it doesn't get to jump us.
She thrusts the Frostbrand rapier.
Got to roll for Wreck. He went before Skolna, but that's fine.
Okay. Let me see. She just hits. Rolling damage. Okay. The red cap takes 12 points of damage. Skolna's going to bonus action disengage and jump back towards the party. More in the woods. She points.
Right.
As she points, Lorna, roll me perception.
Okay. 19.
With a 19, you reveal in the treetop. Whoa. Where did my scene go? Goodness gracious. Another red cap is looking down at you. And now it's your turn, Lorna. What do you do?
It's Requiem. I forgot to roll for him, so
he goes on your turn. He doesn't have his own initiative.
Noted. Never mind. Lorna will bonus action use her Blessing of the Adept to cast her Guise of the Golem.
Okay. You armor up, basically.
Yep. Golem, and now she is going to fly up. He's in the treetop, right?
Yeah, he's about 30 feet up.
Okay, she'll fly right up to him and punch him in the face.
Okay. Your black and white ink wings bring you up to it, and you strike him.
And it's just a spell attack to hit. Damn. It Teeler off natural 20 to a 2.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
So that doesn't hit, but she's up in his face.
Okay.
I have 15 temp from that. Let me just add that. AC 16. And Requiem will charge at the one that appeared on this side and bite him.
Okay.
Normal. Yeah, good boy. 24 to hit.
That certainly hits. Requiem reveals another red cap next to it as he runs.
Yeah. He rolled a 9. A d4 plus 3 plus a d10. Why is it a plus a d10?
That's the necrotic bite.
Oh, did it not roll the...
You
Oh,
rolled
it did.
9.
It broke it up. I see. Yes, I understand now.
He deals 9 points of damage to the red cap. Okay.
That's our turn.
Okay, it's now Nore's turn. Nore is continuing to play Counter Charm, and she will pause for a moment as she sees that there are a number of red caps just appearing out of the woods. And she's going to... what is she going to do? She points at the one... This one that's revealed itself, and she's going to cast Cryograsp.
That sounds cool.
So, as she suddenly plays a sharp note on the lyre, continuing like a high minor set of music, I need to make a strength saving throw for this red cap. And he fails with a 15. So the red cap is suddenly grappled, and it takes a bunch of damage.
Good. Fucking
He takes 3d10 cold damage.
noise.
Okay, he takes 16 points of cold damage from the initial strike of Cryograsp. And you watch, coming from the ground underneath him, icy tendrils snake up like veins all over him, holding him in place. And they look like they're still climbing.
Nice.
Nore will then look around at you up in the air, and Skulna next to her, Lilith next to her. And she comments to Lilith, "First time I've seen you be this slow." And that's her bardic inspiration to Lilith.
Now she's gonna fight out of spite.
Yeah, Lilith just like grits her teeth as she's drawing her swords. This red cap in front of Requiem is going to swing its wicked sickle.
It has disadvantage because of his incorporeal or his blurred form.
Yep. That is a 19 to hit.
I think that hits.
It does, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Okay. Requiem takes 10 points of magical slashing damage.
No. He has 10 hit points left.
The red cap's going to swing again.
No!
At disadvantage.
You leave my doggo alone.
It bit him.
He deserved it.
That's a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, this might be...
No.
He might be dismissed. Let's
No.
see. It could happen.
My
Rolling
buddy.
damage. 11 points of
Yeah, he's gone.
magical slashing. Okay, Requiem is poofed.
Rack! No.
That's okay. You'll just have to resummon him.
Oh, but I love him.
I know. I don't know why the music stopped for a minute there. Anyway, the red cap, having finished that, is going to run up to Nore and use its Ironbound Pursuit feature to kick her, and she needs to make a dexterity saving
That's
throw.
fucking rude.
Yeah. Dexterity, nope. She has a +8, not a +5. She met the DC. She dodges it.
Yay.
Okay. That's that red cap's turn. This one points at you up in the air, and he makes a spell attack as a green ray of energy surges towards you.
I hope I
That's
still
a
don't
natural
take
2.
the
It don't
shield.
hit you.
Okay, good.
This one, he steps back. He takes half cover. This red cap runs up to Skolna, who stabbed him, and is going to make a couple Wicked Sickle attacks. The first one is a 15 to hit, which definitely doesn't hit Skolna, so he tries again. And I neglected to describe this. They have these sickles that are literally longer than they are tall.
Wow.
This Wicked Sickle comes slashing across Skolna and deals 9 points of magical slashing damage. Why? Oh. There we go. And then that's that red cap's turn. Yes. The one in facing you, Lorna, is going to swing at you from the treetop. He's swinging a sickle at you. That is a natural 20.
Well, I didn't take silvery barbs today. That would have made sense.
Okay, you are crit. You take 17 points of magical slashing damage.
Okay. And I need to make a DC 10 concentration check.
Go ahead.
22, I succeed.
You succeed. He follows it up with a poison spray. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is there poison today?
They're red caps. They have
these traits.
That is a failure.
Sure is.
You take 12 points of poison damage.
Ow. Is Anscombe still digging, by the way? I was just wondering.
Yeah, he's like 30 feet down at this point.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
Lilith's turn.
I took 17. No, what was
14.
The most recent damage?
14.
I need to make another DC 10 concentration check. Another 19 on the die.
All right, you're good. Lilith is going to surge over to flank. Let's see. She goes opposite Nore and is going to make a couple attacks. At advantage. The first attack misses. Second attack definitely hits. You know what? She'll use the Bardic immediately on the first one. And it becomes a hit, so that's 2 hits. So the first swing deals 9 points of damage. And then the second swing deals 8 points of damage. And then she will swing her short sword, which is also at advantage, but I failed to hit it. Goodness gracious. Okay. That one misses, and there's nothing I can do about it. Lilith looks around at the fight that's going on. You're up in the air. She can't do anything about that. Skolna's turn. Skolna is in melee with a red cap. She doesn't like that. She will bonus action disengage, dart away from it just 5 feet, and then loose an arrow at the red cap you're fighting.
I appreciate that.
She hits. She gets to deal sneak attack plus this. Okay, so she deals 20 points of damage to the red cap right in front of you. As an arrow suddenly like sinks into his chin. And Skolna's going to spend the rest of her movement and move to the other side of Nore. Lorna, it's your turn.
Okay. How bad does this guy look in front of me?
He was fine. Now he's half health.
And is he just standing on a branch? Is he holding onto a vine?
He's got both feet firmly planted on a branch.
Okay. Now I understand if this is a no. her Guise of the Golem allows her to use her intelligence for her additional 2 hits. Can I use that, like, say if I tried to, instead of punching him, perform a shove attack?
You mean you want to use intelligence for an athletics check?
Yes.
I'd allow you to try.
I would love to try to push this bitch off of this branch.
It's going to be an athletics contest.
Okay, so it's a d20 plus 5 for me. I'm not proficient in athletics.
You need to beat a 8.
Come on, Lorna. It's an 8 on the die.
Meets it, beats it. You shove the red cap off of a branch, and he falls 30 feet.
Hooray!
Okay, he takes 3d6 points of bludgeoning damage. I'm going to roll a dexterity save to see if he lands on his feet. He does not. He falls out of the tree, takes 10 damage, and is prone. And you just hear...
yeah. Bonus action, I could drink a health potion. I don't have one, but could I drink a potion of poison resistance? Or is that an action?
Any potion can be drank as a bonus action.
Okay, it's not a roll for anything, so I'm just resistant to poison for an hour.
Yep.
Hooray. I do that. I'm going to stay up there.
Okay. It's now Nore's turn. Nore is still concentrating on Cryo Grasp, which means the dude needs to make another strength save. Hold on. He fails again, which means I don't remember. It's been a while. Normally a player casts this. Okay. He becomes restrained. Where is that? Okay, well, I can't find restrained, so he's grappled. Oh, here it is. And he takes another 2d10 points of cold damage. As fingers of ice crawl up his body, binding his arms and legs where he stands. And he takes 14 points of cold damage. Nore is going to look over at the red caps on the other side of the clearing, the one that's prone and the one in front of her. The one that's in melee with her, she's going to attack with her sword, because it's in melee with her. And she is flanking. She hits with a 27. She's going to add a flourish. She will increase her AC by this much. Okay. This red cap takes 12 points of slashing damage, and Nore's AC increases by 6.
Nice.
Okay, that's her turn. This red cap, the one that is restrained, is going to try and break his way out, because now this has become a problem. He spends an action trying to break free. He fails.
Ah.
Okay, that's his turn. The next red cap, the one in between the two, is going to look around at the situation. And he's going to try and kick Nore and slash at her.
Stop it.
He hits with a 25. Just barely. Nore takes 7 points of slashing damage, and Nore must make a Constitution saving throw to concentrate on Cryo Grasp. She rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
But she does take some damage. The red cap's gonna swing again. And miss terribly. The next red cap is going to look up at you and cast a spell at you. Let's see. Does a 14 hit you?
Oh, it does not.
Okay. You recognize a ray of sickness as it zooms past you. The next red cap is going to stand up, using half his movement. And he's also going to throw a ray of sickness. This one's going to be at Norre to try and get her to drop concentration.
No.
He hits.
Not even with her +6?
Even with.
Man,
he rolled a
these guys are
24 to
rolling
hit.
really well.
Sometimes they manage. So hold on. Norre takes 8 points of damage. She must make a Constitution saving throw twice. She resists the effects of Ray of Sickness. And she maintains concentration on Cryograsp.
Whoa.
That's the red cap's turn. No, it's not. This one's going to run up and kick her.
Damn it.
She needs to make a dexterity saving throw. They do not like that she has their friend frozen like a popsicle. And she succeeds with a 15. All right.
Oh,
so
I don't like that they have my friend in a hole.
That's fair. Lilith's turn. She's going to stab this red cap.
With advantage.
Yep. Attack. Advantage. She hits. Rolling damage. She deals 8 points of damage. This red cap falls over. And then as all creatures in the Fae do, he... Lilith just kind of like waves the dust away. Looks at the one that's currently a popsicle and says, "He's handled." And then runs over here, flanking this one. And is going to make another attack with advantage from flanking with Norre. That is a 13 to hit, which misses. She frowns and then slashes with the short sword. $18 to hit. That certainly hits. The short sword of wounding gets in there, dealing 11 points of damage to this red cap. That's her turn. So now Skolna's turn once again. Skolna's going to look at the situation. This red cap is about to fall over. She'll finish it off. Making a melee attack with her rapier. She hits. He's done. He doesn't have any... Yeah. Skolna's then going to bonus action hide and brush. And roll really badly. She, like, actually falls prone on her way to the brush. No. And then spends the rest of her turn getting up. Lorna, it's your turn.
Okay, he's on the ground, she's up in the air, she's going to descend and kick him in the head.
Okay.
So that's a
do you descend or fall?
Attack. I guess I fall because I rolled a natural 1. God damn it.
So he's a small creature, and what actually happens is you just miss. Like, your foot's coming down right on his head, and he happens to move forward just before you hit. And he just... You just slam.
Oh, I'm on the ground now.
Yeah, your foot.
I could use an action to attack. If I use my action to attack, I can bonus action punch him again. So now she's gonna, like, maybe I'm just better with my hands. And she's gonna try to punch him. There we go. Finally gonna land a punch on this bitch.
When Norre sees you miss, she looks at you and she says, "You swing through them, not at them."
Right. The second attack connects with the back of his head.
Roll damage.
It's a D4 plus 5. It is 8.
8 points of damage. Okay.
Just clocks him in the back.
Yeah, just. He like almost falls over from the blow to the back of the head. Okay, is that your turn?
Yep.
All right. It's now Norre's turn, so we need to resolve the final stage of Cryograsp. This red cap needs to make one last strength saving throw. He fails terribly. He rolled a 7 total. So, he takes another 2d10 cold damage. And he is frozen. He becomes paralyzed. He can no longer take actions. He's technically incapacitated so long as the spell holds him. And he's going to take more damage on every turn.
Good, fuck that guy.
It's rare that the spell actually goes through all the stages. Alright. Norre moves and gets opposite you with this one. And she's going to make a couple of attacks. With advantage, she misses.
Oh.
And then we'll swing again.
Lorna just says, "You swing through."
She looks at you and just makes solemn eye contact.
Lorna's like, "Was that worth it? I don't know."
I don't think it was. As
Oh, no.
she then looks down at the red cap and just stabs him in the chest.
Take it out on him.
And is going to add a flourish. She deals a slashing flourish, bringing her total to 18 points of piercing damage. And that's her turn.
Still alive? Holy shit.
Yeah, he's still alive. The red cap in between the two of you is stabbed by Norre and is going to make a sickle attack on Norre and then one on you. His swing at Norre misses. He whips around and slashes at you. That is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
You take 10 points of magical slashing damage.
Ow.
And as he struck you, he's going to try and kick you. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Come on. 11?
It fails.
God damn it.
He stomps on your armored leg, and you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
God. He cracks the
he's got
porcelain.
He's wearing
shell.
these heavy iron boots, and they crash into your leg and hurt.
Ow.
That's his turn. The other one can't do anything. It's now Lilith's turn. She moves up here and is going to stab. She misses the first one. She hits the second one. The red cap takes 9 points of damage and is defeated, vanishing in a poof of fey smoke. Lilith then turns and looks at the one that's frozen like a popsicle, looks back at Norre, and then just walks up to it and is going to stab it with her short sword at advantage. She hits, which means it's a crit.
Mm-hmm.
Just right through the head. Just... And the red cap dies and vanishes, leaving only an icy
That's kind of cool.
cocoon of where he was. And that's where we end combat. And that was 2 rounds of combat. So as we get... No, it was 3 rounds of combat. So as we get there, Anscombe says from in the hole, "Everything okay up there?"
We won. I'll say that much.
Norre looks at you, and she casts a spell at you.
She finishes me off.
Yep.
Long
She casts Shatter. No, she heals you for... you are healed for 11.
Thanks. Ouch.
Don't diss the healer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I'm kidding. It's fine. As that happens, you hear Tier say, "I hear you, right next to me."
Thank goodness.
And as that happens, Anscombe finally breaks through the earthen barrier and Tier is retrieved. So, that being finished, Tier has been rescued from the Red Cap pit. Some of your party is a little stabbed and worse for wear, and Lorna in particular is real beat up.
Yeah, she took quite a few hits.
As Anscombe, like, helps Tier up the dirt steps that he made, Tier looks at you all and he says, "What the hell happened up here?"
Red caps, just like you said.
Oh, shit. Alright, well done. And
You didn't have to fight them because you had to deal with the whole pit nonsense, so it balanced out.
Yeah, it's really hard to set your leg when you have 4 feet to work with.
Yeah. How are you? Do you need more healing? I don't have any, but hopefully someone else does.
Tier, as you say that, he's like settling himself down, and he says, "No, I'll be okay. I just need to get it straight." And he sits down on the dirt, and he looks up at Anscombe and Lilith, and he says, "Can one of you pull my left leg really hard while I set it?"
Ugh.
Anscombe looks at him. "What?" And then Lilith, like, immediately crouches down over his leg. "Let me know when you're ready." "Well, now," and she does. She yanks immediately, and you hear the bone, like, it's like a grind sound, and then as it gets into the right place, and Tears, "Oh, fucking thank you." Oh. And he casts Cure Wounds on himself. And Lilith, like, you see, like, she looks away from him, and it's clear doesn't look like she liked that. She looks a little nauseous as she is leaning back. But Tier heals himself, setting the bone and fixing his leg good enough. He just... Oh, fuck. Oh. Alright. Little pieces of shit. Okay, and he slowly gets like...
We're due for another rest?
He gets like up on his feet and he says, "No, we can maybe hike another hour and then we should find camp. I don't want to be here where Red Caps."
No, you're right. If they have more, they might come check on their trap.
That being said, he reaches over to the side of the road and he picks up a big branch, like a 5-foot-long branch, and he begins holding it out in front of him. "I'm going to be checking every step of the way, because that sucked." And he looks at Anscombe. "Can you maybe plug that hole?" And Anscombe's like, "Yeah, I should probably plug the one I made, too." And he begins to mold earth.
If it's... Yeah, that's fair.
What?
I was just going to say, if something fell in, they could just use your way to get back out, but if they fell in, they might die, so, yeah.
Yeah, that was far, and it hurt a lot.
I realize that.
As this is happening, Nore messages you. And she says, "I was trying to find the moment to say this, but maybe I was a little lazy about it. I have polymorph. But I wanted him to cook a little bit. Sorry."
Lorna just kind of squints at her. Good to know that's in your repertoire.
I feel bad. It didn't feel bad at the moment, but then we got in a tuffle, and it didn't have to happen.
Let's just chalk it up to that happened, but maybe going forward.
You're right. I'm sorry.
I think Lorna will, as they're like heading out to continue walking, she'll just pat Nora on the back.
You continue onward, following Tier and his awkward, like, poking the ground with a stick every few feet. He's gonna roll another survival.
Falling.
Yeah, no kidding. Alright. For the next 45 minutes or so, Tierra leads the way, carving a new path, cutting away at branches, and he does find 2 more pits hidden by illusion.
Is there anything in there? You stick your head in, is there like something at the bottom?
You can look.
Yeah, she'd look.
1 minute. No. Nothing at all in both pits.
I guess they're quick to retrieve.
Or they've just been unsuccessful.
Yep.
Either way, I rolled really low, so the red cap traps have not been of benefit to them at all.
Losers.
Okay. Anyway, you continue on. Tier finally, sets the stick in the ground, and he says, right, think this is far enough. We should maybe try and find a place to rest.
Lorna looks at Nora and says, I didn't know you could cast Honey Hut. Or did I? Did you use it recently?
She nods.
Well, that'll make me feel better when we're sleeping tonight.
It's a trick. It's something that's really important for the Blade Maidens. It's like they always have one who can cast it, so as soon as I learned it was a thing that I'd be able to do, I made that a priority.
I'm glad you did. I was thinking about getting it, but if you have it, that's fantastic. Doesn't mean I still can't learn it, I'm just saying.
You can never have too many.
You have it. Exactly.
Tyr says. You can make it look like a big pair of boobs.
Lorna will backhand him.
Ow!
Sorry, I meant...
Jesus!
Backhand was too strong. She'd smack him on the back of the head. I misspoke. She doesn't pimp slap him.
Okay, you just smack him on the back of the head. He's like, okay, maybe not. Wrong crowd. And he rubs the back of his head. Right.
Did Lorna have that feeling of observation while they were traveling?
Oh yeah, it's still there.
Cool.
Okay. Tier's gonna roll another survival while he looks for a campsite. He finds a spot that seems relatively off. There's not really a road. There's not really off of anything. He just basically finds a small clearing and he says, this'll do. And as you and the rest of your group kind of settle in, Nori begins the process of playing the music that creates a bubble. And for her ritual, it looks as though the bubble, it's as though appearing from nowhere, snow is like climbing in the shape of a dome around her. And it builds up into an opaque white dome that suddenly blends into the forest around her.
Kind of like an igloo.
Kind of. Anyway, you and your friends kind of crowd around in the dome, and we will handle a watch. Is there anything you want to do during this watch?
No, Lorna's she's tired, she's anxious, she's like ready to go to sleep.
Okay.
I mean, she'll, on her watch, if someone wants to take a watch with her, she's more than happy to do that, but she doesn't have any specific designs.
Okay. I actually think as you're preparing for a watch, Nore would ask to watch with you.
Sure, of course.
So, Anscombe will take watch on third with Tier.
Just some dudes. Who knows what they'll talk about.
Who knows? Probably boob huts.
I don't see Anscombe being entertained by that conversation. I can see him being really uncomfortable.
Yeah, well. Who knows? Okay. A moment. As you settle in for watch, your ration is provided at the start of it, and Nore, who has to be in the middle of the hut anyway, is looking over at you as watch starts. And she looks over at Tier, and she says, "That was stupid.
Ah, well, I can't say I've never felt a little petty before.
Yeah, but that's the sort of shit that gets somebody killed. I should have
I
just...
mean,
I should have spoke up right away. We're in a dangerous place, and... I mean, I trust him. I just...
you're just upset, hurt.
Yeah, but it needs to not affect, our job and all of us trying to live. That's the mistake.
Right. Well, you made a mistake. Luckily we're okay, and all we can do is learn from it. All of us are going to make mistakes. Like our ranger fell into a trap today. That's kind of hilarious.
To be frank, I don't blame him. I didn't see it.
It was a good trap.
I think anybody in the front would have just happened to fall.
I would have caught myself because I can fly. Well, I don't actually know. Maybe I would have hit the bottom before I even realized I was falling.
I was about to say, you're not exactly the most adept on your feet.
We're working on it.
We are, but you do have a way to go.
Right.
I wanted to talk to you about something else. You
Sure.
asked me if I'd ever be ready, if I ever wanted to go deal with things back home.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to look this up the last time we were at the Arcanium. I didn't find anything, but I'm not very good at research. That's not really how I've learned any of the traditions or anything. It was all word of mouth, oral songs and such. So, looking through books I've never been good at. But I thought maybe if you put your focus toward it, you might be able to help.
Sure. What do you need me to look into?
Have you ever heard of the Frostmaw Bastion?
Has she?
Roll a history check.
Dirty 20.
Yes, you have. It's an ancient fortress. One of the oldest fortresses in the world, and it's kind of... The reason you've heard about it is it was one of the last places Raylar the Lasting had a stand against great monsters and aberrations from other planes, and he did it to defend Frostmaw Bastion from extraplanar incursion, basically. There was a great battle there well over 2,000 years ago.
Yikes. That's a long time.
Yeah, it's an ancient fortress. And while you don't know the specifics, you do know that the ancient Gold Dragon Raylar had an epic fight there and almost died, but came out victorious.
Yes, I'm familiar.
Well, I mean, you know about it, so you know it's in the Origis range, which is pretty close to where I grew up. It's always just been a point of pilgrimage. Lots of followers of Pyrrhus and Tyrrus go there to pay homage to what happened. Only, when I was 10, it was taken by summoners.
Demon summoners?
The sorcerers that have been plaguing ourselves in the Misty Vale all this time.
Yeah.
Ever since it was taken, it's been seen... It feels like that moment in time in your life when everything changed. Everyone started thinking about it differently. Everyone would think back to that horrible thing that happened. And for me and my family and the people who were down, it was when Frostmaw Bastion was taken by the summoners. And I know that's not really in our purview. I know that's not important to the Merigard or to our mission, but if we find the time and we find ourselves in Tarracona, it would be a big key towards maybe one day helping my sister if we could get into Frostmaw Bastion. where we know there are summoners that are holed up. And maybe get some answers out of them.
That sounds like a great idea.
I have a lot of respect for the Blade Maidens, but from what I've been seeing, how we handle things, I feel like we have a chance if we work together, particularly with Anscombe and Lilith on the front line, and how you and I work together and Skulma can get anywhere, and Tier can find his way through anything. We bring a lot of skills to the table the Blade Maidens don't. They're a bit stuck in their ways.
Sure. I think
that where they failed,
if you
we
can
could
talk
succeed.
to them, we could combine our forces. I think that's possible.
I can't promise that we'd get anything out of it.
That doesn't really matter to me. If you want to do it, it matters to me.
You mean that?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I care about you. Because
Okay.
you're helping me, my shit.
That's true. These woods have been awful.
And there's still more to come. It's gonna suck. I have lots of things going on, and you've never shied away from helping me.
When you put it like that, I just feel like a real nice person.
You are.
You don't
With a
know
mouth
that.
on you.
Yeah. Fine. I should have stopped where I was ahead. I appreciate that you'll help. And I will say, if we manage to retake Frostmoor Bastion, or at least get the fortress out of the hands of the summoners, or weaken them so the Blade Maidens can take it back, they'd owe us. Maybe not a lot, but they would owe us a favor or two. They might even give us some scale armor for it.
That would be pretty cool. I don't really know how to use armor, though, so that might have to go to somebody else.
That's the point of it. It's heavy armor that you don't have to be good at heavy armor to wear.
Oh. Even I could wear it?
It's made of frost scale. Anybody can wear it. It does the work for you.
That sounds cool.
That's how the Blade Maidens have been so hardy. That's what the stories are about.
Not really my area of expertise as far as historical study comes from Sarah's.
You never heard of the singing sword maidens emblazoned in icy scales that can fight off demons and monsters from the darkest depths of the world?
Maybe a little bit, but I've mostly become privy to it through you.
Oh.
I was really sheltered as a kid.
Well, it's frost scale armor that lets them do that.
Good to know.
You're cute.
At least I have that going for me.
You certainly do. And she just kind of thumps you on the back.
Oh.
As Nori has this conversation with you, I'd like you to please roll me perception at advantage.
Oh, she's helping me?
Yep.
Sure.
Because you can look, like, you can exit the dome to look around if you need to, and
sure.
she can't.
22.
Okay. A moment. Roll me a wisdom save.
Oh, great. 23.
Don't worry about it.
Leave me alone, spirits of the woods.
Your watch passes without incident. If there's anything else you'd like to talk to Nori about, by all means. But otherwise, it goes by quietly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you and Nori have your conversation. The rest of your watch is quiet. You wake up Skulna for her watch, and Lorna, you go to sleep.
Sure do.
Let me make some rolls. I do like rolling with real dice, but for cases like this where I'm rolling lots of dice, it's quicker to just do it with Foundry. Okay. All right. And let me look this thing. All right. You are awakened as Lilith kicks you on the feet.
Oh.
You can complete a long rest.
Hooray.
As you and your party resume their travel northwards, roll me a perception check.
Okay. Natural 20. 26.
With a 26, you catch towards the edge of the camp that your party is like currently breaking it down. You spot Nore and Tier having a quiet conversation. And as you look over there, they're talking for a little bit, and you see Nore is just gesticulating like she's explaining something. There's a pause. Tier is nodding. And then Tier pulls her into a hug.
Oh. Okay. Lorna just kind of, she'll have like a little smile to herself, but she's not going to acknowledge that she saw that.
Sure.
Hey, I'm glad you made up.
Then your group kind of sorts their shit out as you get moving once again. Tier leading the way.
With a stick in front of him.
Yep. Much the same. Okay, so... a moment. I'm gonna roll for this. As you step deeper into the Rhymwood, the forest around you seems to change. Alive, aware of your presence. Towering trees stretch skyward, their branches weaving into a dense canopy that cloaks the world in a dim, golden-green haze. The air grows thick with the scent of moss and blooming flowers, and every sound, your footsteps, the distant rustle of leaves, feels muted, as if the forest itself is holding its breath. With your sharp abilities and your innate knowledge of the arcane, you catch little glimpses of magic in the forest around you. Hints of glow coming from beneath certain leaves. Shadows that move not with the wind, but counter to it. And then you hear a whisper. A whisper that could, maybe, have been hidden by the wind, but it's sharp in your ear. Murderer.
I think Lorna flinches, like ramrod straight spine suddenly, and looks around to see if she sees anyone.
You hear
Oh.
a different whisper, a different voice. You're not wanted here.
She'll grab Anscombe's arm again. I think we're getting close.
Anscombe shakes his head. Not for another day or two at least. Why?
Well, they
Are you
know
okay?
I'm here.
Darling, they've known we're here for... I bet since we left Siren's Respite.
I know, but they're talking to me now.
What are they saying?
Not some very nice things.
Remind me why we're going?
I need to apologize for something Lily did.
Maybe they haven't forgiven her.
Maybe they what?
Maybe they haven't forgiven her.
No, I don't think they have. I think they don't have any reason to, which is why I'm doing this whole thing.
I see.
They're still upset.
Well, then we're going to have to weather a storm until they're willing to hear us out. Sometimes we have to face the music.
That's precisely what this is. I'm just really hoping that we get the chance.
From what I know about the Verdant Circle, they've been around as long as they have because they are fair and just.
Mm-hmm.
They've managed to dodge all the shit going on between Aurelia and KO and Ceres and Trident and all that, and Terracona. They've managed to stay neutral through all of it. You don't get to do that if you reach conclusions too quickly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, this might suck. And I realize it's not really your fault, but they don't see it that way.
Not yet.
I'm here.
I know.
If you need to just cover your ears or...
I somehow think that probably won't keep it out.
We'll get through it together. Hey.
She nods.
She looks up at... Anscombe looks up at the rest of the group and he says, "Be ready. We might be getting close enough now that they might have guardians and such, and we might not be welcome." And Tyr looks back and he says, "Oh, you think?" And Anscombe says, "More than just redcaps. The woods protect themselves. You know that, right, Ranger?" Tyr says, "Yeah, fucking... Alright." Norre begins to play Counter Charm just all the time.
That's a good idea. Lorna keeps her hand on her token of repentance the whole time. Like, it's basically she's like rubbing it between her fingers, like self-soothing.
Yeah.
Like, it's here, I have it. I'm here for a reason.
You're using it like a worry stone.
Yep.
As you do, as you and your group make your way deeper and deeper into the Rhymwood, into maybe not so friendly territory, that is where we will stop tonight's session. Whew. All right. As we come to the end of the session, I want to thank you for playing with me. I had a good time, and I hope you did too. And to those of you who are at work watching, hi Pen, hi Emily, hi class, hi everybody. We love you all, and I wish you all a good night.